Illuminati and the 13 richest family bloodlines in the world. Who's leading this country, really? The first and most important question for most of us doing our homework on this whole Illuminati thing is the Illuminati real? Are they really the bad guys, the ones trying to take over the world and mold it to their devious devices? Many theories that the Illuminati is planning a wiping of the slate being the world, and forming a new world order have emerged within the past few years. While it is evident that the United States and most likely the entire world is run by corporations, it is not completely evident to the public that these corporations are all working together and will eventually rule the world outright. This is the theory of those who push the Illuminati conspiracy theory. Who are the 13 Illuminati families? The Astor family. One of the most notable of the 13 family bloodlines of the Illuminati is the Astor family bloodline. John Jacob Astor was the first of his family to come to the United States from Germany in the 1700s. Some sources say he was a butcher in Germany and poor, while others say he already had wealth when he came to the United States. Either way, after being in the United States for a few years, he gained even more wealth by means of trade and banking. Conspiracy theorists believe that John Jacob Astor was an extremely evil man and into Satanism because it was evident that he worked with other Illuminati members including the president, and he had also moved up the ranks in Freemasonry within a matter of a couple of years. Many places in New York and elsewhere are named after the Astor family, including the Waldorf Astoria Hotel and the neighborhood of Astoria in Queens. Brooke Astor is a famed philanthropist who has been in the news lately, but there have been many Astors from this bloodline involved with politics, banking, and all things where power is concerned. The Kennedy family. This name should sound rather familiar to everyone. The Kennedy family is a family that has been shrouded in mystery for many years, due to their involvement in politics and tragedies such as the assassination of President JFK. The Kennedy family is thought by conspiracy theorists to be a part of the Illuminati because of their wealth and because of their ties to the Church of Satan. Namely in the idea that JFK was involved with women who were lovers or friends of Anton LaVey, the man who founded the Satanic Church in the 60s. Jane Mansfield was one of JFK's supposed girlfriends, as well as Marilyn Monroe. So apparently these ties with these women automatically put the Kennedys in alignment with Satanists. Another theory as to how the Kennedy family was involved in the Illuminati is that JFK's father was a friend of the Mafia and joined a pilgrim society who was thought to be a branch of the Illuminati. Was JFK's death due to the fact that he was pushing against the Illuminati's power of him and this country? It has been thought that JFK was speaking out against the power of the big banks in the US, and shortly after, he was shot. But, the Kennedy family is still around. The Rothschild family. Even if you have no idea who the Rothschild family really is, 9 times out of 10 you've at least heard the name spoken at least once. The Rothschild family has their hands in many different industries including various charities, wine, banking, and more. They are a family that has roots in England and Austria, and they are believed to be one of the 13 family bloodlines of the Illuminati for various reasons. But the main reason is because of their many ties in banking and because of their massive amounts of wealth. One particular person of the Rothschild family, Meyer Rothschild, was said to have come into alignment with a Catholic priest in order to gain more control of Europe's wealth. They supposedly started a secret satanic cult in order to gain more power. The Rockefeller family. Ever heard of Rockefeller Center? Yep. The famous place in New York was named after the Rockefeller family, another of the presumed 13 family bloodlines of the Illuminati. And once again, a family who has had their hands in banking since at least the 1800s. But they are mostly known for being one of the first families to get wealthy off of the oil trade. This family has been known as one of the most powerful families in the United States. But to cover up their Illuminati ties, they hide behind massive amounts of charity to the sum of millions of dollars over the years. They've also had their hands in the reconstruction of any historical buildings including those in Colonial Williamsburg and Lincoln Center. The Bundy family. The Bundy family is considered one of the 13 family bloodlines of the Illuminati for their close ties with the Kennedy and Onassis families. Particularly a man by the name of McGeorge Bundy is theorized to have kept particular information away from JFK's ears, and did the same after JFK was assassinated with President Johnson. He became second's advisor of the United States, so he was able to filter out what the president did and did not hear. He was also said to have taken part in the theft of another politician's wealth, mainly for the gain of power. More than one of the Bundy family members is accused of being Masons and avid Satanists. The DuPont family. The DuPont family is originally from France and gained their wealth and power through a beginning in the gunpowder industry in the 1800s. This family has kept their wealth in the family, so much so that they purposely inbred with one another even in the 19th century. They now have their hands in dozens of industries including manufacturing, agriculture, chemicals, electronics, food, government, and medical care. The Collins family. The Collins family has gone under the radar for most, but they are said to be deeply involved in the Illuminati and pushing for the New World Order. Their supposed satanic rituals date back to the 1950s at least, and witnesses have spoken of a grandmother in the Collins family who would sacrifice innocent children in the name of the New World Order. If you were to do research on the Collins family, most of what is on the internet paints the picture of a family who is very much involved in charity and donating to the cause of a better environment, but is this just a front for what goes on behind closed doors? The Lee family. The Lee family bloodline of the Illuminati is one of the most powerful of Chinese trade. They have been linked with many of the other Illuminati family bloodlines, including the Rockefeller family. Apparently the Prime Minister visits the United States and routinely stays with the Rockefeller family. The Lee family is obviously communist, but they are also said to be a forerunner in China for the New World Order. Think about all of the things we get from China. I would say about 75% of things in my house were probably made in China. And think about all of the debt the US owes to China. Couple that kind of power together and the Lee family must be a powerful Illuminati family indeed. The Russell family. One of the presumed 13 family bloodlines of the Illuminati who is also a forerunner of peace in the world and aiding in the cleanup of the environment. They've established the Russell Family Foundation as their means of looking saintly to the public, but what are they doing behind closed doors? William Huntington Russell is supposedly the man who established the Skull and Bones Order, a branch of the Illuminati. Dozens of others from the Russell family have had connections or have even established Masonic organizations. They have had ties in the government, mainly. Part of the beliefs in the Illuminati incorporate the idea that many of these families practically own the Ivy League colleges and use these colleges in recruiting intelligent others. The Onassis family. This family has obvious ties to the Kennedy family and also to the Bundy family during the 1960s and 1970s. Jackie Onassis was already blood to a very powerful family, but then married into the Onassis family after JFK's death. The Onassis family still has a ton of wealth and are still presumed to be a part of the Illuminati as some of their members are quite active in politics and occult behavior. So the last 3 of the 13 family bloodlines of the Illuminati include the Freeman family, the Van Dyne family, and the Reynolds family. Of course they all have power and money and are thought to be into satanic cults. They are all thought to be a part of the Illuminati with the sole purpose of establishing the New World Order. There are other families that are thought to be the actual 13 Illuminati bloodlines, but these are the main families cited. So who's in charge of the United States, really? Is it President Obama, Congress, Senate, or the big bank families? What about the big pharma folks? Do we truly have any say on who runs our country, or is it just whomever has the most money has the most power and therefore has everything in their pockets?